Hey guys, I'm gonna give you the link here shortly for the earpod. Just give me a moment. This thing. Oops.
Hello.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna give you guys the link for the Nearpod to join that. Oh, Cassidy, your hair's getting so long. I don't think I've seen you with your hair down long. Okay. So I'm going to turn on the fan because despite it being a cold day, I'm out overheated. Those things. Okay, we're waiting we got about 5 more minutes till we actually start, but I'm giving you guys the Nearpod link so you can get into that. And
Cassidy,
Yeah,
I have the exact same hoodie. Yeah, I have the exact same hoodie.
you wearing that today, Noah, or?
No, I just have it. I know I have it. I got that for my birthday.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So if everybody could turn their cameras on, that would be good. That way I can see you all.
My hair is a mess though.
Again.
My hair is a
your hair's
mess.
a mess. Put it
though.
up.
I no, but my hair. Okay, my hair is it's in dreads, I guess. So
That's
I can't
okay.
exactly put my hair. You know what? I'll just.
Make myself
How
some
about-
tea. I'm fighting the flu. Mhm. We went with our kids to the county chess tournament early in January, and it was like the coldest day of the year. We sat outside because there's no room for everybody in the center. So yeah, I got sick. Yeah.
My
All right.
hair's a mess right now.
Huh?
I said my hair's a mess now too.
Well, hey, at least you get hair, I mean, I'm getting more hair, but it's still, it's like an inch and a half all around. I'm looking forward to be able to do something with my hair. Right now, it's just kind of like, whatever. All right. Well, yeah. Go ahead and turn on your cameras, guys. That would be good. We're going to start in a couple of minutes. I've given you the link. I'm going to give it again for Nearpod. Sometimes when people are logging in after a night, for some reason, I can't see it.
Let's see how crazy your hair is, really.
Huh? You want to see how crazy? Well, can you see the back? It's curly. I didn't have this much curl before chemo. I had more hair in March of last year, and then I lost it again in May of this past year because I had to go through chemo again. Now I'm still on chemo, but I'm on a kind that lets my hair grow, which is kind of nice, but it grows really slow. So this has been since July that I've been
I
growing.
was talking about, I think it was, her name is
Oh,
Journey.
I think she logged out, actually.
I see her name.
Oh, Journey, was it you that was worried about your hair? Not telling us. Okay. Landon and okay, well, Landon's gone. Yeah, Landon's there. Landon and Ashton. That was like 2 seconds.
I could stick this one into my hair right now.
Oh, cool. That's a nice trick.
That's a nice cat you got there.
See, Rosella,
Why, thank you.
all black or does your cat have different
Oh,
colored ears?
She's gray with a lighter gray, I guess.
Okay.
That's like one of my cats.
My cat is taking a nap. She's sitting on my desk. She's not totally asleep, but we'll be grateful that she's sleepy and not hyper. Okay, Landon, try this now. We're not doing a code. We're just clicking on the link should take you directly to Nearpod. Oops.
Who has a pet here?
I do. She decided she wanted me to hold her.
I have 4 animals.
This is pumpkin spice.
Ooh, Cassidy?
Yeah, I got 2 dogs, 2 cats. Technically a squirrel, but it ran away somewhere.
All right,
Oh,
guys.
wow.
Are you all logged in the Nearpod? I'm gonna put the link again. And if for some reason the link isn't working, go to join.nearpod.com. On your, open that up and you're gonna, let me see if I can do this here. Yeah. Go to this website. If you can't get in and you want to do, once you're into that web, if the link doesn't work, and then this is the code. This is only if the link that I gave you doesn't work. Okay. But the link should work. All right. Tell me when you're all into Nearpod. Is there anybody who's not yet into Nearpod? Okay. I'm going to share the screen for a teensy bit. But I'm not going to share it the whole time. Okay. Y'all see it in your pod?
It's saying link is invalid.
Should not be invalid. Be working.
I'll just go from
Yeah,
Google
try
into
it then
Nearpod.
join.nearpod.com and put in LY5EU. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to mute you all now. We're going to go ahead and get started. And if you can't see, if you're not in Nearpod, you can't do the games. But if you're, but you should still be able to see the lesson. Okay. So we're on lesson 303. Some of you have already done this, and that's great if you've already done the quiz, but if you got a perfect score, awesome. It still wouldn't hurt to be here for the live lesson.
Ms. Kilpatrick, can you resend the Nearpod because I joined after you sent it out?
Here it is. You got it?
Yes, thank you.
We're going to do a little review of what we learned last week. So I hope that this works here. So what we're going to do, let's see, student can see. Yeah, I'm going to let you edit your responses and yeah. Okay, so first one, yo means, what does yo mean? And you're going to type it in this little thing, okay? And then it should let you do what to means. If not, just do the share your thoughts. And write that out here, okay? Okay, Landon's doing it. Okay, ella, what does ella mean? We're just reviewing our subject pronouns. You go to share your thoughts, and then you would tell me what ella means in English. Very good, Charlotte. And L, what does L mean? P, okay. And usted, what does usted mean? These are not all the subject pronouns, but these are the ones that were emphasized in lesson 302. Usted actually means you, but it's you formal. Okay, so we've got two is you familiar, like when I'm talking to someone my own age or someone younger than me, I would use to or a family member. But I would use usted as someone I don't know, someone who's older, or someone I want to show respect to. Okay. So that is what we do for that. Okay. And let's see. Just have someone else log in. There's the link. All right. So today for lesson 303, we're going over describing meals and customs at the table. Now, all these lessons, 301 to 305, are things that could show up in your DBA, which is 306. Some of you have already done your DBA, which is great. But if you're not there, obviously we're not there as far as pace. So that it's if you're ahead, that's fine, but most of us are not. We're going to participate in conversation about meals and customs at the table, understand descriptions about meals and customs at the table, identify vocabulary needed to talk about meals and customs. We're going to use our AR, ER, and IR verbs in sentences about meals. Now, this is important because the quiz for this lesson makes you conjugate your verbs, okay? And you'd be using at least an AR verb, an ER verb, and an IR verb. Okay, so we're going to be going over that. And of course, how to use your subject pronouns with those verbs and comparing different types of foods in Spanish-speaking countries. All right. Our state standards are very much the same, so we're more generalized. So we're not going over those right now. But let's look at the verb desayunar. Desayunar means to eat breakfast, or literally to break your fast. You know, the word breakfast is to break your fast. You were fasting all night long. You didn't eat while you were sleeping, unless you were sleepwalking. But so yeah, we've got, yes, Landon, you have a question?
Yes, ma'am, I have a question.
Okay,
I like to watch the Spanish summer cartoon, but is it okay if I learn Spanish from the cartoon?
if you watch a Spanish cartoon, yeah, it's okay to watch anything in Spanish when you're
Oh,
trying to get the immersion, you know? Right?
Just wanted to know.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Okay. Desayunar. Says, ¿qué te gusta desayunar? What do you like to eat for breakfast? ¿Tú desayunas el huevo o la tostada? Do you eat an egg or a toast for breakfast? Tal vez desayunas el yogur y la ensalada de frutas. Maybe you eat yogurt and a fruit salad for breakfast. Para desayunar, to eat breakfast, ¿qué tomas? What do you drink? ¿Prefieres tomar el café, el té, el jugo, el agua o la leche? Do you prefer to drink coffee, tea, juice, water, or milk? Now, I want to say a word about desayunar. When we're talking about what we eat, literally, if we use the verb comer to eat, okay, which we'll cover later, and we use the verb tomar to drink. We could also use the verb beber to drink, which is an ER verb. Okay, but it's important that when you have your 303 quiz, I'm just going to say this for the quiz. The essay part of the quiz is going to ask you to say what you or someone else eats or drinks. And for the eating part, please do not use desayunar. You're going to use comer. Okay. All right, here's a little schedule and lists of foods. Okay, so desayunar, to eat breakfast. We've got la leche, which is milk, el pan, bread, el queso, cheese, el cereal, cereal, El cafe, coffee. Cenar, to eat dinner. El refresco, soda pop. La ensalada, salad. La hamburguesa, hamburger. El helado, ice cream. Well, hopefully you eat that after dinner. That's the dessert. Okay. We didn't include lunch on this little schedule. That's okay. This is just an example of different foods. All right, so we have a list here of foods and drinks. Now, you may want to take a screenshot of this just to be able to save it for yourself. Obviously, you can find this in the lesson, but this is a lot of vocabulary, okay? And we'll be using this vocabulary again and again, okay? La leche, milk, el agua, water, la limonada, lemonade, that's a cognate. El pan, bread. Las galletas, cookies. La sandía, watermelon. La manzana, apple. El jugo, juice. El refresco, soda. La zanahoria, carrot. La pera, pear. La naranja, orange. El sandwich, sandwich, that's a cognate. Los tacos, tacos. Let me remind you, tacos is a borrowed word. We borrowed it from Spanish. We use it in English. We don't translate it into English, do we? Los burritos, burritos, same thing, borrowed word. La tortilla, tortilla, borrowed word. Los nachos, nachos, it's a borrowed word. El queso, cheese. So tacos, burritos, tortilla, nachos, those are all borrowed words like salsa and, jalapeno. Those are all borrowed from Spanish, and we just don't translate them into English because there's nothing really good to do to translate them to. Here's some more words. Las uvas, grapes. Remember the borrowed words, by the way, okay? Because you'll be doing that again. Maybe the DBA, hint, hint. Okay. El tomate, tomato, that's a cognate. La papa, potato. Remember, if it had an accent on the A on the end, it would be papa and that'd be father. But la papa with a la is the potato. If it was el papa without an accent and just el instead of la, it would be the pope. So la papa here, potato. El huevo, egg. Remember the H is silent, huevo. La tostada, toast. El yogur, yogurt. This is a pronunciation issue, okay? This is yogurt is kind of borrowed from English, used in Spanish, but they tried to translate it into Spanish. Yogurt is more of an English invention, okay? As you would. When I went to Chile, I was there back in the 80s, and someone said they wanted Joe Wood, and I'm like, who's Joe Wood? And so anyway, you think about Joe Wood, it's Joe Wood yogurt. La mantequilla, butter. Las verduras, vegetables. La hamburguesa, hamburger. La pizza, pizza, that's, hamburguesa is kind of borrowed from English, but it's not really borrowed because they translated it into Spanish. Pizzas, borrowed from English. They borrowed from English, used it in Spanish, but they didn't translate it. El broccoli, that's a cognate. El pollo, chicken. El pavo, turkey. El cerdo, pork. El cereal, cereal. El pepinillo, pickle. La cebolla, onion. El helado, ice cream. El pastel, cake. Las fresas, strawberries. Did y'all get a chance to do a screenshot of this page? Okay. Couple more. Yeah, las papas fritas, French fries. La pasta, This is, pasta is, I don't know if they say pasta in Italian, but I know that in English we use pasta for noodles and whatnot. Okay, so in Spanish they borrowed the English pasta. They didn't change it. El plátano is a plantain. Okay, you know that bananas are the yellow bananas, the sweet bananas that we eat for whatever we, whenever we're hungry. And a plantain is is larger than a banana, and it's usually green. And you want the darker green, the better, because you want it to be as ripe as possible. And it's like a potato. It's very starchy and it's not sweet. I had a friend who went to Honduras and he saw a plantain and he bought one at the market and thought he was going to eat it like a banana. And he was in for a big surprise. Tasted terrible. You have to cook them. Okay.
Have you ever had tostones
Yes.
or plátano maduros?
Yes. And they're delicious.
They're so good.
Yep. Very yummy. El arroz, rice. La ensalada, salad. El maíz, corn. Now in Chile, they don't say maíz for corn, they say el choclo. El choclo, so different places. Los frijoles, beans. In Chile, instead of frijoles, they say porotos for beans. So again, different countries will say things a little differently. La lechuga is lettuce. Las bananas. La piña, pineapple, and kiwi is kiwi. That's so borrowed from the English, not changed. La fruta, fruit. El mango. We borrowed mango, the Spanish word, and use it in English. So it's borrowed from Spanish, used in English. Okay. El café, coffee. El té, tea. El coco, coconut. El pimiento, pepper. All right, did y'all get your screenshot of this page? Okay. Let's go over some days.
Can you go back? I wasn't able to, please.
Okay, let me go back. All right, tell me when you've got it.
All good.
Okay, good. All right, so we're going over days of the week. Would you guys remember the days of the week from last semester? Or it's just a review. Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo. Remember, we don't capitalize the days of the week or the months of the year. Does anybody need a screenshot of this?
I do.
Okay.
All good.
All right, so let's go over some new words that some were on the list and some weren't. Compartir means to share. Ella comparte la fresa. Remember, it's an IR verb. She shares the strawberry. Desayunar, to have breakfast. It's an AR verb. Es muy importante desayunar. It's very important to have breakfast. La tostada, toast. Ella prefiere la tostada, el jugo de naranja y el yogur. She prefers toast, orange juice, and yogurt. El huevo, egg. El huevo es el ingrediente principal en mi desayuno. The egg is the main ingredient in my breakfast. Eggs are, we use eggs for a lot of different things. And of course, right now, eggs are expensive, aren't they? So, yeah, I'm actually thinking about getting chickens. A small chicken hutch. Yes. Yeah, I paid $5 for a dozen eggs yesterday. That was too much. La mantequilla, butter. ¿Prefieres la mantequilla o el queso? Do you prefer butter or cheese? All right. La tostada, toast, is used in Spain, South America, and the Caribbean. El pan tostado, literally toasted bread, is used in Latin America, Central America, and Mexico. Okay. Does anybody need a screenshot of this page? Okay. So now we're going to go on to some questions. Okay. And I'm going to stop screen sharing while you guys do this. Is there anybody who's not on Nearpod? Okay. I'm going to stop the screen share. See your lovely faces. So there's 5 questions, and I see you guys are doing that. All right, Olivia, I'm gonna give you the link. It might not let you do the quiz. But it should give you the link to get into your pod. All right, Cassidy's done, Charlotte's done, Anthony, Anaya, and Rosella are all done. Isabella's done. I've got several of you still working on it. Journey, are you doing your quiz? Are you in your pod?
Yes.
Okay, so. Good. So Olivia, I'm gonna give the code. Or are you going through the website? There it is. Hey, Riley, welcome. We are,
I'm almost done.
okay. Riley, I'm giving you a link for Nearpod. We're finishing a quiz right now and then we'll, okay, so I've got Journey. You have to click next whenever you guys put in an answer. If you click A, B, C, D, or E, and then click next. Otherwise, it won't record your answers. So let's see. Journey's almost done. Noah's almost done. Journey, Landon, Mason.
I'm done.
Ashton, I don't see you doing this. Olivia, were you able? Are you probably not able to get in?
I am doing it.
Oh, now I see it. There was a delay. Okay. All right, waiting for everybody to finish. See, Landon, Mason, Ashton. You guys having trouble with Nearpod? Are you guys in Nearpod, Landon? Okay, Mason and Ashton, are you guys in Nearpod? Okay, I'll do the quiz. Only I could see your answers. Ashton, are you in Nearpod? Oh, Olivia, it's let me do the quiz. All right. Sorry, guys, we're just waiting for everybody to finish. Sanduha, were you the one that just joined us just a minute ago? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and share the results and then we'll move on to the next thing. And we'll have more than one quiz. Okay. Y'all see how you did? Okay, great. We're just going to go ahead to the next thing. And is there anybody who's not in Nearpod? Because I want to make sure you guys are seeing the lesson here in Nearpod. If you're not in Nearpod, please let me know in the chat. Okay, very good. All right, La sobremesa. This is important. I might ask you about this on your VBA. Okay, hint, hint. La sobremesa says, mi familia vive en Tampa, Florida. My family lives in Tampa. We've been here since 1990, pero mi familia es de España, but my family is from Spain. My family's been in the US for a long time. Sorry, distracted. Okay, my family's been in the US for a long time, pero las costumbres españolas are very present in our lives. But costumbres, these are customs. Spanish customs are very present in our lives. Here's the link for Nearpod. For example, my family's always together, and it seems like lots of big conversations occur around paella. Paella is this picture here. It's like got rice and mussels and all sorts of shrimp and all sorts of different seafood. I personally don't like mussels, and I don't like some of the stuff they've got there, but some people love it. It's a very expensive dish to make, obviously. We always have long conversations after dinner, lunch, and even breakfast. This is called sobremesa. Okay, so they're sitting at the table, they're having their meal, and after their meal, they're still sitting at the table, just talking to each other. That's la sobremesa. Says we definitely don't have meals without sitting down together. Algunas familias estadounidenses talk during meals, but after everyone finishes, they immediately leave the table. That would be unheard of para mi familia. That'd be for his family. So I know, like in my family, we usually talk during a meal if we're all sitting down at the table, but sometimes we are lazy. My friends don't eat dinner with their families all the time. Yo siempre como con mi familia. I always eat with my family. Uh-oh. I just picked somebody out by mistake. Okay. My friends eat dinner around 6 to 7 p.m. We eat dinner between 9 and 10 p.m. That's pretty late. I'm going to bed at that time. Are you more like me or like my friends? What are some customs your family has for meal times? So dinner time in Spanish-speaking countries and in Hispanic families is often very late. Okay, and of course, I know in my family, we don't even wait till 6. We might eat around 4 or 5 for our dinner. All right, so let's go on.
One time we left a party at like 5 a.m.
Oh,
Yeah. And we went back because we forgot something. It was at Christmas. We ate dinner around 11. And then we opened presents at 12. So we did our family tradition, but we don't stay out that late usually. It was really fun though.
Yeah, when I lived in Chile for Christmas and New Year's, both, we had a meal right around midnight. And for me, of course, that was quite an adjustment, but it was nice. And then after the meal, the family would do fireworks. Christmas, of course, gifts were exchanged, and they would do fireworks and all this. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Good tradition. Although in my family, we're early birds. Okay, so here is everybody's on Nearpod now, right? Is there anybody not on Nearpod? Please chat with me in the text box if you're not on Nearpod. En la cafetería de tu escuela, ¿qué tomas y qué comes? In the cafeteria of your school, what do you drink and what do you eat? Yo tomo la leche. I drink milk. ¿Tú tomas leche también? Do you drink milk too? Algunas escuelas prohíben tomar refrescos en la cafetería o en la escuela. Some schools prohibit drinking soft drinks in the cafeteria or in the school altogether. A mí me encanta comer la hamburguesa, la pizza, la pasta y las papas fritas. I love to eat hamburgers, pizza, pasta, and French fries. But in my school, they don't serve those either. Can you believe it? Our school is focusing on healthy eating habits. They serve el plátano, las verduras, y el arroz, the plantain, vegetables, and rice. Fortunately, me gusta el arroz. I love rice. Okay. Any questions about this? All right, we have some new words. We've got tomar is to drink. It's an AR verb. Tú tomas el café en la tarde. You drink coffee in the afternoon. Las papas fritas, French fries. Me encantan las hamburguesas y las papas fritas. I love hamburgers and French fries. El arroz, rice. El arroz is blanco y marrón. Rice is white and brown. So you can have white rice or brown rice. Or wild rice. Even. El plátano, plantain. El plátano is delicioso. It's delicious as long as it's prepared right, not eaten raw. Las verduras, vegetables. No me gustan las verduras. I don't like vegetables. Do some of you feel that way? You don't like your vegetables? So, you got to find the vegetable that you do like. That's discovery kind of thing. Las verduras. It's a word for vegetables used internationally, but in the Caribbean, they often say los vegetales. Remember, the G is like a H sound, los vegetales. We've got some cognates. We've got el yogurt, which is yogurt, la pasta, la hamburguesa, and la pizza. Okay. One thing I was going to say about vegetables, when I was a kid, my mom used to feed us canned spinach. Have you guys ever had canned spinach? Okay, well,
I think so.
For when I was a kid, I thought that was the only way anybody could eat spinach, literally. I didn't know there was another way you could eat it. And when I was a kid, we used to watch the Popeye cartoons because you know who Popeye is? Big arms,
Yes.
sailor. Okay, well, you can look at Popeye on YouTube. I'm sure there's some cartoons there, but he would eat his spinach to be strong. Anytime he was feeling weak and fighting the enemy, he'd drink here, he'd eat a whole can of spinach and then he'd like, power up basically and be strong. So as kids, that was the commercial to eat your spinach. My brother hated it. I kind of liked it. But as I grew up, that's when I discovered you can actually get fresh spinach leaves. There's such a thing as fresh spinach. And that's much better for you. So yeah. Okay, we're going to go over some of this. We're going to use the verbs that we have learned. Okay, and this we're going to use our chat box in Zoom. So, ¿te gusta blanc café? No me encanta el café. Do you like to drink coffee? I don't love coffee. Okay, so what's our verb to drink? Just the verb to drink. And you would put that in the chat box. Yes, Valeria, tomar. Another verb, which I'm going to share with you, is beber, and that is sometimes used too. Okay. All right. ¿Quieres compartir blank con Claritza? Says, what are these? Okay. These are French fries, right? So what's our word for French fries? ¿Quieres compartir blank con Claritza? Okay, I see one person has answered correctly. Let me see if anybody else knows it. You can also unmute if you prefer. Right, las papas fritas. Okay.
Papas fritas.
Now this is rice. It looks like wild rice in here. It says me encanta blank. It's 2 words. Okay, so arroz is correct. What should we use, el or la before arroz? El, right? El arroz. That would make it 2 words.
El.
Okay, Landon, yes, Landon, that's good. All right. ¿Prefieres blank o el arroz? Now, this is a green banana, so it's not really a banana. What is that?
Plátano.
Plátano, right. El plátano. It's a plantain. Now, I've seen green bananas in the store that just weren't ripe, but this is a plantain. Okay, and one thing about the plantain, you want it almost black to really have it cook up right. That would be called a maduro. Okay. Ella quiere una ensalada con muchas, and what are these? Put that in the chat box or say it out loud. What are all these? Guesses? They look like vegetables to me. What's our word for vegetables?
Las verdes.
Verduras. Uh-huh.
Verduras.
And in the Caribbean, instead of las verduras, what do they call them? Los vegetales. Okay. Buen provecho. Buen provecho is like the French expression bon appetit. Have you heard bon appetit? I'm sure you have, you know, basically enjoy your food. En los países hispanohablantes se usa la frase buen provecho or just provecho, which means enjoy your food. You want to know this phrase. This is something people say to each other. It's used when people are eating. It can be used by anyone, for anyone, regardless of age or gender. So the next time you're getting ready to eat with your family or friends, you can practice your Spanish and say, buen provecho, before everybody starts eating, buen provecho. Okay. La carne. La carne means the meat. And there's all sorts of words we're going to learn today about different types of meat. Okay, it says, para cenar, prefieres el pollo o el pavo? To eat dinner, do you prefer chicken or turkey? Ambas carnes son blancas y deliciosas. Both meats are white and delicious. Tal vez prefieres el cerdo mejor. Maybe you prefer pork that instead or better. Mi mamá no come las carnes rojas. My mother doesn't eat red meat. Ella siempre está a dieta. She's always dieting. Pero a mi papá le encantan las siguientes carnes, but my father loves the following meats. Todas. He likes all of them. Mi papá come todo tipo de carne. He eats all type of meat. It could be las carnes rojas, red meat, las carnes blancas, white meats, o las carnes oscuras, dark meats. Él come de todo y mamá siempre argues with him because she wants him to be careful what he eats. He eats everything. And he just won't listen. Do you have a family member like my dad? So, okay. Now my husband's like that. He eats everything. Okay. Loves his steak. So let's go on and learn a little bit more. We have el pollo, which is chicken. ¿Prefieres el pollo o el bistec? Do you prefer chicken or steak? Bistec is steak. El cerdo, pork. A Roberto le encanta el cerdo. Robert loves pork. El pavo, turkey. Carolina quiere el pavo. Carolina wants turkey. La carne, meat. La carne que quiero es el cerdo. The meat that I want is pork. Cenar is literally to eat dinner, not just dinner. La cena is the noun dinner, but cenar is the verb to eat dinner. Para cenar, Hector prefiere el pollo. To eat dinner, Hector prefers chicken. Okay, so now we have another, hold on. Oh, some of you already, did you jump ahead? Okay. All right, so we're matching up our pictures here. You know, what animal goes with what meat. This is not a huge matchup game, obviously. Javier's done. And got them all. Cassidy. A lot of you are getting 100% on this, but I don't see everybody participating. Oh, Caleb, so you and your dad like to eat all the meats. Yeah, all the food. Okay. So Rosella, Landon, I'll see you doing the matching game. Ashton, matching game, Olivia, you could do this. Riley. Okay, there's the link, Riley. Okay. So we're waiting on just a few people. I'm gonna go ahead and I think this is gonna let me share. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. We have La Comida. Okay, so most countries have el desayuno, breakfast, el almuerzo, lunch, and la cena, dinner. But in Mexico, they also have a food called La Comida, which is it's wedged in between lunch and dinner. Now, part of that is because dinner is between 9 and 10 o'clock at night. So La Comida is, it's like 3, 4, 5, it's kind of like your early dinner. Or in La Cena, the dinner that's late at night is lighter. So we're going to look at some examples here, okay? So we got desayuno is usually eaten before 9 in the morning. And el almuerzo is usually eaten anywhere between 9 and noon, okay, lunch. Now, in a lot of Spanish-speaking countries, lunch is the biggest meal of the day. Okay, so keep that in mind. So we've got some more information about desayuno. It's usually a light breakfast that consists of coffee or hot chocolate with sweet bread or fruit. Instead of coffee or chocolate, they can also drink atole. And it says atole is a hot cinnamon vanilla beverage that comes in many flavors. I've never had that, but some of you may have tried it. Hello, Morse. Yes, go ahead.
That sounds really good, actually.
The atole. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I mean, it looks kind of chocolatey to me. It doesn't look just like cinnamon and vanilla's in there. It must be something else. So, yeah, probably look that up. El almuerzo is a heavy breakfast, they're saying, between 9 a.m. and noon. Okay, so that is different. Some kind, like in Chile, el almuerzo is, like I said, the largest meal of the day, and it's like dinner. Here they're saying it's like a heavy breakfast. Well, it depends on the family, depends on where you're at. La comida, and they're saying la comida is the large meal of the day. See all that stuff there. And that's between 1 and 4 p.m. Okay, so have you heard of, have you guys watched The Lord of the Rings? And they've got, and The Hobbit, actually The Hobbit, not The Lord of the Rings. When the Hobbit gets, goes off with the dwarves, he's hungry and he says, when are we going to have second breakfast? And they're like, we never heard of that. We don't do second breakfast, but that's kind of how it is, So obviously these are some eggs and things like that. So in this one, they're using almuerzo not as lunch, but as like a second breakfast. Okay. Here, la comida is your big meal of the day, which I would say is more like a lunch, but it's like dinner. Okay. And then we have la cena. La cena, look, you've got a little bit of soup, some bread, not much more. That's 9 to 10 p.m. Let's see what we have here. So la comida is the main meal between 1 and 4 p.m. The la comida consists of various courses like soup or salad, a main dish, and sometimes a dessert. So that's the meal that's supposed to get you through the rest of the day. The last meal is la cena. People usually have late dinner around between 8 and 10 p.m. La cena usually consists of leftovers from la comida or something lighter like bread and cafe. So let me tell you about my experience in Chile. Okay. In Chile, they do have more like 4 meals a day, but it's different. In the morning, you have desayuno, breakfast, and that consists of coffee or hot chocolate or warm milk with a sandwich kind of bread thing. We used to have, that really took some getting used to for me because I'm a cereal person or an egg person, but yeah. They would basically put butter, not mayonnaise, on the bread and then put in a slice of meat. And that was your little sandwich that you would eat with your coffee or your hot chocolate or warm milk. And then lunch was the big meal of the day. And that was usually between 12 and 2, something like that. We're talking the big meal, you know, mashed potatoes, meat, vegetables, sometimes dessert, yes, salad, all that. Dinner time. Well, we didn't have any dinner until about 9-10 o'clock at night. And that was the same thing we had for breakfast. Coffee or hot chocolate or warm milk with a little sandwich. Okay. Keep in mind that I wasn't preparing my own meals. I lived in a pension where I paid money to have a room with a bed and a little table in it. And the mamita would make our meals. So if I was making my own meals, I would do things differently, obviously. There is a fourth meal in Chile, and that is the el once, which is like a tea time. And that is between the big meal of the day, almuerzo, and the dinner. And that was sometime in the afternoon. And you would have cakes and teas and coffee and hot chocolate and milk and sandwiches, all sorts of things. But it was like a snacky snack kind of thing. So different countries are different. All right. So quiz. Okay, so you guys did your quiz here about the vegetables while I was talking? No, you did not. Okay. This is weird. All right. Are you guys seeing a quiz in front of you now? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I was a little thrown off by the view I had here. Okay, so yo las uso para mi ensalada. Algunas son verdes y otras son de otros colores. This is question 1. And you see in a picture of vegetables, pick the word that fits. Okay, and I hope that y'all stick around here. I see a lot of you doing the quiz right now. Good, good, good. Okay. Make sure I've got everybody for them. In here. All right, let's see how you're doing. All right, Journey, are you working on this? And Angelina and Rosella, Ashton, Tara, Lydia, Sanduha, and Kate, Caleb. I hope that you're all working on the quiz. Just remember, I'm the only one who sees your answers. Okay. So, Angelina, Rosella, Ashton, Tara, Olivia, and Caleb. Go ahead and work on the quiz. Do your best, and then I'll show you what your answers are here. Just you. Okay. Now, let's see. All right, most of you did this. I'm going to share your answers with you. All right. Now we're going to go on to the next thing. Regular verbs. I'm trying not to keep you too long here, but we want to make sure that we get through all this. Okay, regular verbs. This is the big grammar thing for this lesson. We've got AR, ER, IR verbs. And the examples here, we've got hablar, comer, vivir. Okay. Some of you are asking what's a conjugation. That's when we change the ending of the verb, depending on who's doing the action. So we've got these 3 verbs, hablar, comer, escribir, AR, ER, IR verbs. And depending on who does the action, like if we take the verb sing, which is an English verb, okay? We say, I sing, you sing, he or she sings, we sing, all of you sing, they sing, okay? That's how in English we conjugate things. See, not much difference, but in Spanish, it is a difference. So we look at our endings here. Okay, so we take off the ending from the verb and we're left with a stem. So like for hablar, HADL is our stem. And then we add an ending. Comer, COM is the stem. Escribir, ESCRIB is the stem. We're going to add our ending depending on who's doing the action. Okay, so let's use the verb. Okay, we've got hablar, comer, vivir. AR verb, ER verb, IR verb, right? Take out that ending. Hab, com, viv. Those are stems. Now we're going to add our endings. Okay, so for yo, we're going to add O across the whole way. An AR verb, the ending is O for yo, ER verb and IR verb, O for yo. So hablo como vivo. The ending is always O for yo for these regular verbs. Now, for an AR verb for to, the ending is AS, os. And then for the ER and IR verb, the ending is ES, S. So hablas, comes, vives. For él, ella, and usted, okay, he, she, and you formal, the ending for an AR verb is A or A. And for an ER or IR verb, it's the letter E, A. Habla, come, vive. Okay, so again, for AR verbs, yo ends with O, to ends with as, LA usted ends with A. Taking off that AR, adding the right ending. Any questions on this? Okay, to the next page. Here we go for a good bit of these. Notice that él, ella, usted all have the same ending. So these are just the endings for AR verbs. O, as, a, all the way down. So we've got hablar, take off that AR, add the ending a, habla, ella habla, she talks. ER and IR verbs, very similar. Okay, actually exactly the same for yo, to, él, ella, and usted. The differences happen when we get to nosotros and vosotros, which we're not including those right now. Okay, we're just learning the first 3 conjugations. So take for any ER or IR verb, for yo ends with O, to ends with S, él, ella, or usted ends with A, so OSA. Here's an example of an ER verb. Él come, he eats. We took off the ER, we added the letter E, él come. For IR verbs, escribes, you write. This would be the to form. So we took off the IR and we added the letters ES for to. Escribes, you write. This is you familiar. Okay. So we've got the pronouns yo, to, él, ella, usted. Okay. So for yo and to, the endings themselves tell us who's doing the action. If it ends in O, we know it's yo is doing the action. If it ends in ES, we know that to is doing the action. But if it's ends in like A for AR verbs or E for ER and IR verbs, we know that it could be he, she, or usted, él, ella, or usted. So we have to use, like here, él come. We have to use a subject pronoun or a name to let us know who's doing the action. Like instead of él, I could say Juan come, John eats. Okay. But we have to clarify with that. Okay, so, okay. Okay, you need to include the subject pronoun or name when using LA or usted. I just said that. Okay, so For example, Bruno Mars canta. Okay. He sings. Or we want to say that Christina lives in Orlando. To live is vivir. It's an IR verb. We start with the verb vivir, take off the IR, and we add E for ella. Vive. Christina vive in Orlando. She lives in Orlando. All right. Why is this not loading? Okay. We're going to do a little time to climb here. I get this to cooperate. Maybe a carnival. And why is this not there? Sorry. All right. You all need to log in. Pick a character and log in. Looks like a bunch of bunny rabbits. Okay. There are 18 of you, so I'm waiting for 18 to log in, and then we'll start the game. Excuse me. Okay, waiting for 4 of you to log in. I'm gonna go ahead and start the game because we've got 14 people waiting.
Scone.
Picking the right form of the verb. Last question. Okay, Anthony, Anaya, and Xavier are our top people. All right, let's review our regular verbs again. Remember, yo ends with O, to ends with as for AR verbs. El, ella, usted end with a. This is for AR verbs. For or here's an example of tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow, take off the AR. Tomo, Tomas, Toma. This is an AR verb. For ER and IR verbs, we got comer and compartir. So we take off the ending of comer, we got como, comes, come, compartir. Take off the R, we have compart. Comparto, compartes, comparte. Any questions? So you're probably gonna want to go back. Some of you struggled with the little climb thing. And, review the lesson on your own, but again, reviewing the verbs is important. And of course, we've got lots of new vocab. So you definitely want to take your notes. I would say go through this lesson, take good notes before you do the quiz. Okay. Collaboration. Have you all done your collaboration assignment? Okay, if you haven't done your collaboration, all you need to do, it will show up before, right after 4.10. There you'll see that it says collaboration segment 2 after 4.10. And you'll just tell me, open it up, tell me you came to the 3.3 lesson, tell me what you enjoyed most about working with others, and what did you learn? And then just submit it. That's an easy 40 points, as long as you answer these 2 questions, okay? All right. And if you don't have any questions, you are free to exit.
Bye. Have a nice weekend.
Bye.
Thank you. See you guys later.
Bye. Thank you.
All right. All right, Anthony had a question.
Where is it again? Where's the lesson at?
Okay, so you're gonna open up lessons and you go to lesson 3.03.
The discussion question, the collab question.
Oh, you mean collaboration. Okay, so give me a moment here and I'm going to share my screen. Hold on just a second. Okay. I'll show you. Okay, loading up. All right, that's weird. Okay. All right, so we want to go to probably easiest would be click on gradebook.
Okay.
And then you're going to scroll all the way down to where it says 4.10, of course, that's your exam, you wouldn't do that. But here where it says collaboration segment 2, you just open that up. And then you're going to be telling me, you know, what did you enjoy about working with others on the lesson? What did you learn? You'll be, sorry, I'll move this there. And make sure that you say, you know, that you attended 3.3.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Isabella, do you have any questions? No. Okay. Anyone, any other questions, Anthony?
No, thank you.
All right, very good. All right, you have a good day, okay?
You too.
All right, bye-bye.